Alright, so I'm going to cut straight to the point right here. You want to apply weather effects to your scenery and explain. Right, first of all, let me tell you that this can be easy for some sceneries and harder for others. You don't want to do this for freeware sceneries or sceneries which use default explain assets. You, however, want to do this for, say, payware sceneries which use custom ground objects, which you're going to be applying weather effects onto. So anyway, you want to go to your XP12 folder, custom scenery, and then locate your scenery. In my case, this could be, let me find a good one, Stansted. So, what are you looking for? You're looking for ground textures, anything that lies on the ground. Uh, well, textures like concrete or asphalt, or maybe even runway markings. So, let's have a look here. Boundless objects, airport. Doesn't look like ground objects to me. Road. No. Vegetation, definitely no. Okay. Next one is Earth nav data. Skip that one. That's just that has no textures. AutoGate. That's just AutoGate. Probably doesn't have anything. Now EGSS ground. This is probably the place where you'll find everything. So let's have a look. Okay, I can already see one. So we have this one. EINN runway base. Oh, and look, we got a corresponding OBJ file. Yeah, to it. We open this up and just check that it matches the name of this file texture. Texture EINN runway base 3. Yep, that's that one. And I've already done it, but what you want to do is, it usually doesn't have this line here. So by default, it looks like this. What you want to do is put that line over there, save it, and exit. And do this for all the ground texture files that you can find. For this one, for example, you don't need to do anything because that's just it. Well, it isn't anything big. Yeah, and when you've done that, you want to put your weather map file texture into this folder. As you can see, you'll find this in the description below. But yeah, basically, you want to open up this, put WeatherMap.png inside of it, save it, exit it, and put this texture in it. And you're going to want to do this as many times as you can, well, until you found all of the ground textures. So we're going to have a look through decals. Oh, these are decals, so you don't want to apply anything to them. Marking. Well, I guess you could apply weather effects onto all of these, but I don't know about you, but I don't want to be doing the same process for each of these 117 files. So we can skip that. You only want to do it for the big ones, like this texture. It's probably going to be used throughout the whole airport, so you might want to apply weather effects onto it. Anyway, EGSS ground is done. Move on to EGSS gateways, jetways, excuse me. No ground textures. Next one, EGSS objects. Let's have a look through this one first. Nothing. Stand numbers 2. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, this isn't an easy process and it can't be automated, so you just have to think and, well, for example, you'd know that this is not a ground texture, this is, well, a lorry, right? You want to do it for ground textures only. So just going to scan through here, find any ground textures. And I can see none at the moment. Now, this is probably just ortho and nothing else. Yep. And that's it. Well, this is a boundless scenery, developed by Boundless Simulations, and Boundless have a thing where they like to use extra libraries. But most other scenery developers don't do that. But yeah, if this was a normal airport, you'd have to do this for many ground textures. You know, put in the line WeatherMap.png and then put in the weather map texture for each, well, ground texture they can find. But in the case of this specific scenery, it also requires an external library, which I will just try and find here. There you go, Boundless Library. Yeah, and you basically want to repeat that process for the library that they're using. So, in simple terms, what I'm trying to say is find every texture, ground texture that the scenery that you want is using. And then find the corresponding OBJ file to that. Add in that line, weathermap.png, and put in the weather map texture. Repeat that for all of the ground textures, excuse me. And, well, it should work. But as I said, this isn't a, well, easy thing to do. And can't be automated, like I said, unfortunately. So it is a long and painstaking process, but once you've done it, it looks really good when it's raining. So yeah.